Hey guys, what's up? I'm Sierra. Welcome back to Cantwell Beauty. Today's video, I'm going to reveal some facts about me. So I made a list of like 10 facts about me that I'm going to try to get through in this video. I'm going to be applying my makeup, but I also felt like I would share some facts about me since I'm really restarting my channel and letting you guys in and letting you guys know kind of who I am, what I'm all about. And yeah, let's just, dive in, get started. I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Sunrise Palette on my eyes, some new products that I got, and some newer products to you guys, maybe. So yeah, let's just dive right in. First thing that I wrote down on my list, which I feel like is a pretty big part of who I am, is my music. I've mentioned this in a few videos now. I am a singer-songwriter. And I am mentioning it again because I have 4 projects that are available to listen to stream on, the normal streaming platforms, Apple, Spotify, I don't know, iHeartRadio, whatever the kids use these days, YouTube's, they're all on there. So if you want to check those out, that would be really cool. If you're looking for my music, it's under Cantwell, which is the name of this channel, Cantwell Beauty. My name is Cantwell as my stage name. I get listens, I don't promote probably as much as I should, just like normal promotion and things of that nature. But for the most part, I try to get my name out there. It's hard because I obviously haven't been performing with everything that's going on, but I should probably do some lives. I know I just discovered Jamie French, which I know I'm super late on that, but Jamie French on YouTube, phenomenal singer. She's a makeup artist too, which is like, hello, way to like just kind of slay everything. But anyway, I just discovered her. I don't know where I was, but she's a phenomenal singer. And I also discovered she does karaoke lives. The problem with that for me is that I don't know a lot of songs. So when I go to karaoke, I'm like still singing Vision of Love by Mariah Carey, which is a hard song to sing. And, it's great and it shows my range, but like most people aren't like bopping their heads to that. Like it's not, a song that a lot of people get like vibes from. I just realized I have to zoom you guys in. I'm not good at zooming. I feel like I always cut off my forehead, but oh well. Anyway, I'm not talking about what colors I'm using because I just feel like I just want to talk today. So I'll put the colors and stuff like that in the description box if I remember. But this color really goes well with kind of my vibe today. Okay, so the next fact that I want to talk about is that I have danced for television before. Back when I was 21, I had a friend named Mike who worked for MTV and a company affiliated with MTV. And basically he was able to finagle getting me a gig. I tried out to be a dancer, not tried out, I kind of just became the dancer for MTV's Iced Out New Year's, which I'm pretty sure was 2004 into 2005, but I honestly don't remember how old I was. I know I was at least 21. I just can't remember if I was 22 or not. So I think I was 21. I think you had to be 21 to go to this filming because it was in the studio where they used to film TRL. Yes, I'm that old, where they had TRL. And it was really cool. I got my makeup and hair done by a professional makeup artist. I wish I knew who it was to this day because I'm sure it was like somebody hella famous and I just don't know. And this is not a flex, by the way. This is an opportunity and a huge thing that happened in my life and it was such a big deal. I swore that it was such a blessing and I still look back on that time as such a blessing and it was so fun and I consider it like one of the best nights of my life because of just how fun it was and the opportunities that I got. I got to see Kelly Clarkson sing live, I believe that year. Ja Rule was there. Green Day was there. Green Day like made fun of me and they were like messing with me the whole time. They were really cool. And my dad was like really into the American Idiot album at that time. So he thought I was just the coolest thing ever for doing that. And I did too. I mean, that's huge to be dancing for MTV. So I thank, Mike for getting me into that situation. And it was just really, really fun. So my eyes are looking atrocious. It's hard to talk and blend. Okay, the next thing is related to like when I used to go to New York a lot. I am obsessed with Mariah Carey and her career and all of the things. So I have met her 3 times and I love her. I think she's probably one of the most misunderstood artists and most misunderstood people that exist in the public eye. She's hilarious. She takes herself seriously, but not too seriously. Like the clip of her on MTV when she's on a treadmill in heels kind of encapsulates her sense of humor and her humility and just everything about her. I just love her. I just really think that she's a beautiful person. And like I said, I've met her 3 times at different signings. I met her when I was 17 for the first time. Then I met her when she did the Emancipation of Mimi signing in 2005, right? Yeah, April 12th, 2005, in New York City. And then I also met her at BET when she did 106 in Park, when she signed my Butterfly album that day. And that's something that I'll always treasure. I just love her, and what's funny is I've never been able to express that to her. The times I've met her, she is so gorgeous in person. It's alarming. Alarming. Like, to the point where we used to joke that she's a cartoon character. Like, we used to be like, is she even real? Like, she's so beautiful, like, stops you in your tracks beautiful. And I just love her. I just think she's amazing. So yeah, that's another cool fact about me, that I have met Mariah Carey 3 times. Oh, and I've seen her more times than I can count. I used to work in New York as well with my friend Mike, and I used to be a production assistant. That's not on my fact sheet, but that is a fact about me. I used to be a television production assistant, like a casting assistant. I used to cast audiences. It's not that glamorous. It was glamorous in the sense that I got to meet celebrities and stuff like that, but it wasn't, the hard work was not glamorous. Like, it was hard work. So looking back on it now, I'm like, wow, we did a lot. Oh, when I was a production assistant, I met a lot of celebrities and just traveled a lot, and it was really fun and really great. It was a great life experience, and I'll never trade it. I would never trade it for anything. So okay, so this next one's like a weird fact. When I was 14 years old, I used to perform with my mom's friend's husband. His name was Joe. Is Joe. I mean, he's still alive. One of their friends passed away, and they asked me to perform Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton at his wake. So I, at that time, had no, I think, concept of death. I mean, when you're 14, you're kind of like just dealing with being a teenager and all that kind of stuff. And I also just really love to sing. So to me, it was an opportunity to perform. Like, it wasn't about me at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, singing was fun to me. So it didn't really matter. Looking back on it now, I honest to God do not know how I got through that performance because of how sad it was. I was singing Tears in Heaven. For those of you that know that song, understand that Tears in Heaven is one of, if not the saddest song besides Christmas Shoes that exists in the world. Yeah, there's that. I'm really enjoying this mascara, the L'Oreal Paradise. I'm so happy I gave it a second chance. So you just never know, those first impressions. So I'm gonna put on some sunscreen real quick before I get started on the next fact. It's the Super Goop Zinc Screen 100% Mineral Lotion. My eyeshadow is not that good because I'm just getting used to doing tutorials on camera, and it's just like, it's hard to do. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have taken a lot longer, but I'm trying to get through these facts in the video and all that stuff. So if it doesn't look that good, I apologize. Okay, so my next fact is that I have lost over 40 pounds since October of 2019 with 0 exercise. Now, I was going for walks with my mother in like April and May before like when everything happened. But they were like brief walks, like half hour, 45 minutes at most. We would go for like you know, just local walks, just around the neighborhood and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say I lost any weight because of it. I mean, it just kind of kept me sane. So for the most part, Weight Watchers has changed my life in that it is helping me disconnect from the relationship with food. When you go through depression or a sad time, you put on weight. Some people put on weight, some people lose weight. For me, I stress eat. So I was stressed out, so I ate. That's the simplest way to put it. I was going through some other things that caused me to not be able to exercise and things of that nature. I put on so much weight. I want to show some before and after pictures just so you guys can get an idea. I don't want to talk about exactly what my weight was because frankly, it's nobody's business how much I weighed and how much I weigh now. I just wanted to let you know what the number was. I've lost over 40 pounds. I am going to do a video on that once I hit the 50-pound mark because it's something that's like a goal for me that I want to get there before I talk about the whole experience. Had to wet my sponge there. I'm going to use the NYX Born to Glow foundation in the shade Nude. I discovered this foundation yesterday. If you watched my video I posted on like first impressions of drugstore makeup, I really like this foundation and I'm going to try it again. And I try it with a different primer. So back to my music career, or lack thereof. The next fact is that I've compiled and categorized and alphabetized and made a chart of all of my songs. So I wanted to get organized and figure out like how many I've written in my lifetime. And it's kind of hard to do because I've written with various songwriters that I'm sure like I forget the songs or I no longer have the demos. I like to demo everything that I write because my memory is trash. When I'm writing anything, I record it on my phone or I record it somehow. Back in the day when I didn't have like a cell phone, I used to record them on cassette tapes. Do you know what those are, kids? They're cassette tapes? Yeah, those are fun. How pretty is this foundation? I mean, the color's kind of weird, maybe on camera, but in person, this is, I mean, Born to Glow is the perfect explanation for this foundation. I love it. So anyway, back to my songwriting. I have written over 400 songs. So when I categorize my songs and alphabetize them, I came up with like 470 or something like that. It's an alarming number and it's overwhelming. I'm not saying they're all good. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying I have demoed or written or done a partial of like 400 songs. Now, having said that, that's an overwhelming, like I said, number. And like people ask me all the time, like, oh, are you going to keep recording? When's your next album coming out? Do you know how difficult it is to figure out which songs are best or which songs are good? I know which ones are my favorite, but that literally means nothing. As a songwriter, we're selfish. We are like, oh, well, this song means this to me and this song means that to me and all that. Like I've heard Lady Gaga say in the past, like she just writes her albums and then the label decides what the singles are, which is crazy to me. Like I'm sure she has obviously some say, she's Lady Gaga at this point in her career, but you know, like she says she just makes the whole album and then eventually the label goes, oh, well, this is clearly the first single or this is clearly the second single or whatever. It's just kind of cool to know that once you get a label, they make that decision for you. Like that sounds freeing to me. I would rather have that. I'd rather have somebody else go through my 400 songs and pick out, oh, okay, this is the single. Like I'm not Taylor Swift. Like I'm not this mogul who's released, you know, these chart-topping albums that are just incredible. And I know kind of the formula and the recipe for a hit. I write songs how I feel them and how they come to me and all of that. I think I'm getting better at it and I think things are starting to click for me. But it's taken me a long time. I've been writing since I was 9 years old, like poetry and stuff like that. And, you know, looking back and saying, oh, I have 400 songs, it even doesn't sound like a lot to me that I've been writing for almost 20 years and I only have 400 songs to show for it. Like, I don't know, it sounds low to me. So just knowing that is like, I'm constantly in competition with myself. Like, I always feel good when I write a good song. Like, when I think I wrote a good song, I'm like, wow, okay, cool, I still got it. If I write a bad song or something I consider is crap, I'm just like, Sierra, stop. Like, I just think, you know, you need to hang it up. But I know I never will. It's just something that I'll always do. Cream bronzers are kind of fun, but I'm just getting used to them. So that's the Fenty cream bronzer in Butta Biscuit. I think it's nice. It adds like a nice contour kind of shade because it's a little bit grayer than other. I mean, it's not gray, but it's nice. I like the vibe I got going on here. Okay, so this next fact is not exactly fun, but I figured I would just let my audience know, since some of you guys are new and don't know me personally. But by the time I upload this video, it will be the 4-year anniversary of my wedding day. Before all the guys watching this get disappointed, I am now divorced. I was only married for 5 months. It's a long story, one that I'm not sure I will ever reveal on social media. But I just wanted to give that as a fact because I feel like, I don't know, some people want to know, like, are you single? What's your story? Like, whatever. And I'm 36 years old, so I just wanted people to know, like, I did try. I have been married. And yeah, that's a fun fact for you. Just kind of weird that it falls on the day I'm filming this video. It wasn't really like intentional. I just kind of was like, oh, what's today's date? When am I going to upload this video? And I was like, that's interesting. So yeah, that's a fun fact for you. Okay, I'm going to try to get through the last couple steps here because I don't have that many facts left. I have 3 facts left. I think I'll get through it. Anyway, my favorite book of all time used to be A Doll's House, but that's a play, so that doesn't really count. Now it's The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. It's very difficult for me to describe this book, but just know that it changed my life forever. I have always had a interesting relationship with God and confidence and things of that nature, and they do intertwine. I never had the confidence to say I believed in God in like a public sense. So I always would say I'm spiritual, but spiritual doesn't really mean anything unless you believe in a God. I am a Christian, and The Untethered Soul kind of unlocked that for me. I wouldn't say The Untethered Soul is a Christian book by any means. It's not. It's a find yourself book. It helped me to find myself. It talks about the inner you. It talks about kind of, you know, the ego. It talks about your thoughts and how you can control your thoughts and you can control your emotions. And it's just, I haven't read it in years because when I did, it was such a deep and profound experience that it just kind of snowballed into becoming a Christian, finding God, and this journey that I've been on. You know, one of the projects that I released was a gospel album, and I didn't do that to capitalize on anything. I mean, my music isn't really out there on a larger scale. I did gospel because it felt right. When I started writing to God after I read The Untethered Soul, it felt natural. I was writing lyrics to God as like an apology mixed in with love and adoration for God, because that was what I had discovered in The Untethered Soul. So if you're searching in any way for an answer, or you find yourself searching for what is this all for? And what is this all about? I highly suggest reading The Untethered Soul. My next fact is something that might be a shock to some people. And this is difficult for me to explain because I think most people would think I was an extrovert and that I just have all the confidence in the world and all this stuff. But my fact, as I wrote it on my page, is I struggle with confidence and articulating my feelings and ambitions. What I mean is, I struggle with thinking people care about what I'm talking about, even in conversation. So like, I'll be telling them an ambition or a story or something. I think it was Raw Beauty Christie that talked about this. And all I hear in my head is, shut up, nobody cares. And I know that comes from abuse and mental abuse in, you know, relationships and maybe trauma I've been through or something. Because no one's actually saying that to put me down or anything like that. It's just a feeling I get. And sometimes it's hard for me to articulate. And that's why I love this YouTube channel and this platform. Because it's like I can talk to a camera and people are watching it or not watching it. And it doesn't matter. Like, it's going out into the interwebs, but it's not an immediate response. It's not like someone sitting there judging me. So that's why I like FaceTime. I prefer FaceTime and Zooms over regular phone calls. I'm kind of weird like that. I'll throw this extra fact in there for you. I hate talking on the phone. I highly prefer face to face because I can kind of feel out what the person's thinking. I can feel out what the person's, you know, if they're not listening or they're not really into what I'm saying or they're going through their own thing. Sometimes people are going through their own thing and they can't focus on what you're saying, and that's fine. I like to be compassionate. I have a lot of empathy for people, and yeah, so I just realized I don't have a lippy. So I'm gonna reach over here and get a lip. I'm just gonna wear a gloss today, I think. Ooh. Had to switch my camera card again. That happens. The last fact I want to give you is that my sister, Caitlin, is my favorite person. I never wanted children, and I never really got into animals or whatever, but I understand the unconditional love of that connection because of what I feel for my sister. So I can't talk about it that long, because if I do, I'll get emotional. So let's just say that my sister is my favorite person. She's funny, she's smart, did I say funny? She's witty. She just gives great advice. She has her head on straight. She's just a lot of things that I look up to her. She's my younger sister and I look up to her. So if that says anything, I just want to, you know, if she ever watches this video, she'll know that she is the most important person to me. Her happiness means everything to me. I just pray every day that she's happy, that she's fulfilled, that she is in a place where she feels safe and cared for and loved. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. That was my Get Ready With Me 10 Facts About Me video. For all the products that I used and didn't talk about in the video, they will be in the description box below. If you liked what you saw, great. Thank you so much. Do me a favor, subscribe, tell a friend, and like the video. It really helps me out. And it makes me happy. So yeah, I hope you learned a couple things about me. I hope maybe you got some, I don't know, some random information about superstars and my albums and fun things. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. These earrings. I am terrible at remembering where I got things, so I apologize for wearing these and like flaunting them in front of you because I know all of you want to know where I got these. I really only shop for earrings at a couple places, so it's either Dolls Kill, or Torrid, or Target, or Macy's. So there's like a couple places. I want to lean toward Dolls Kill, but like they don't look like Dolls Kill style earrings, so forgive me, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not much of an influencer, am I? Thank you so much. Thanks again, and have a great day. Bye-bye. Facts about me. Who cares, right?